any sort of PR, but here he is playing for a chance, and I'll be surprised if he keeps showing up to these if he does not make it. He's good.
All right, well, it seems like you've got high praises of him. I'm really curious to see this. I don't see a lot of young Links. The only young Link I can think of from bracket that I played that really, impressed me was definitely Blade. Really, really skilled player. But looks like he's off to quite a good start here. I like the idea with that neutral air for sure.
Just talk about one Nair that is just real good as just any of the Links.
Oh, does it all? Yeah, I know. The Link's Nairs is just some of the best Nairs in the game, right? Like that huge hitbox, that sex kick that just stays out forever. Like it can be used for basically anything.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was an interesting little interaction there.
Yeah, lunges was not, I don't think, expecting. He's like, wait, I was supposed to attack? What? How did that happen?
Not at all.
I don't know.
And it looks like he's kind of struggling to find some of his footings here. I'm seeing lunges kind of go for some of these rolls and these. It almost feels like randomly throwing out forward airs. So I feel like he definitely wants to change his approach to a matchup like this.
Is that going to kill?
Yep. Well, Jjeams knows exactly what to do. We were talking for maybe 10 seconds, and that stat's already gone.
That is one thing you're going to see from him. He's really good at knowing exactly when to pull that out. It's just essentially the young Link ladder where on the edge, he catches you with that. He's going to follow it up and finish it off with the up B. It's not just his awareness and understanding when he can use every tool in his toolbox to finish combos.
Right, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing here because while a lot of the times I would see some more passive play for some of the Links, I mean, this is a very aggressive approach.
Yeah.
These are aggressive projectiles leading into these big aerials, and the damage is just, it's spiraling upwards. I mean, we're talking about last stock here for lunges. It's looking bad.
Throwing the bomb.
He goes for the little flex. He knows he's on stream. He knows he's on stream.
More bomb. More. Oh! Z drops the bomb and follows it up with a falling Nair. What?
That was
a
bloodbath.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think the thing that's really impressive too is like just how well he was able to utilize the platforms too. So I mean, I mained Samus in Melee, and although she's not exactly the same, one thing has remained true throughout the Smash series, and that's that the biggest downfall of Samus is she just can't land a lot of the time. Yeah. And I think that right there, Jjeams was able to just perfectly capitalize on the aerial disadvantage that it felt like Lunges was constantly in, right? You know, getting hit by these arrows and these boomerangs that are setting you up into the air. He was able to capitalize every single time on that, and it just felt like Lunges could never land or play the game. So I think if you're Lunges, you maybe want to try to get more of a. I think you want to avoid tri-flats. I think you want to try to get something a little bit more grounded, maybe like a PS2, maybe a Kalos, and you really want to focus on your ground game, right? Because when you're playing against a heavy projectile character, you got to be mindful of how you're avoiding the projectiles. You can't always shield. You can't always just jump, right? You got to be constantly mixing it up and trying to find an opening to, you know, counterattack. So,
and it seemed like Lunges was playing on his heels a little bit. Jjeams was just a barrage of just attacks over and over. And we didn't really get to see, I don't think, Lunges pull out the full arsenal that Samus has. Cause I think he's more used to players staying back and maybe trying to camp him out, waiting to see what he's going to do. Because that's a lot of times what you do against Samus. I don't think we saw one missile that entire run.
No, I don't think he ever got a chance to get one off.
No.
And I think that just speaks to how aggressively Jjeams is playing this matchup right now. I love the way he's using these wave bounces and just he's dancing around the platforms and always like he's always on the move. Right. I feel like I never know what to expect from this guy, right? It's insane. It's insane play. This is a good potential punish opportunity for Lunges, but sadly misses that. I don't know if grab was the right option to go for. I think dash attack might have been a little bit faster. That's something I think a lot of players need to really consider when they're in a high-paced game like this, because yeah, you want to get your optimal punish, but sometimes you just should just go for the confirmed punish. You know what I mean? Like the one that's going to work more often than not.
True.
You know, sure, you'd like to get your grab, get your 30-40%. Sometimes just go for that dash attack. Just get that quick smash attack or whatever it is that you have off, because any damage additional is better than nothing.
True. I guess it depends on the situation too. I think some people get into bad habits of using dash attack too often and end up getting just running into someone's shield and having that damage reverse and hit right back onto them. But no, I think you're right. In that situation, it was essentially a confirm to go for that dash attack.
Right. And even though we're seeing this dominant lead from Jjeams right now, I think that it looks like Lunges is a lot more comfortable on this stage. I'm seeing him actually kind of, fade back, starting up to charge these charge shots. He's making good use of the space he has to work with, and it doesn't feel like he's getting suffocated on these platforms. So I'm definitely seeing a lot more of his game plan kind of start to come together. It just feels like Jjeams is often one step ahead of him.
Yep, with that up B, I think a little desperation there, but catches him with the second one as Jjeams approached him on the platform, and that put him through the ceiling? Wow,
all right. It sure did. That move has some insane, I don't know if it's considered knockback growth or what the exact terminology is, but basically it'll kill you really early if you don't watch yourself. So good charge out there to kind of get him back into this game and get some good percent on the board, but right now Jjeams setting up once again for these edge guard positions.
One thing I like that he's doing here that he didn't do last time is he's taking every opportunity he can essentially to charge that charge shot as much as he can. And at very least, it's making Jjeams think about things. And with how aggressive Jjeams is playing, that's going to be the stopper. If you can get that thing charged up, hey, you want to get in my face, you want to throw a boomerang out, my charge shot will go right through that.
Exactly. And I mean, a giant hit like that adds up a lot onto a small character like young Link, because most characters can survive that charge shot upwards of 90-95%. You hit a young Link at 95%, he's probably dead. So he's really got to be mindful of that tool and show it some respect.
Oh, getting caught by the down air off the left platform right in the center stage. That's going to do it for Lunge's second stock. So he's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to come back here, but looking a whole lot better, like you said, than we saw last.
For sure, and I love you pointing out that option choice there from Jjeams, because I think I've noticed sort of a habit here where Lunges has, where anytime he's in shield, a lot of times after he's shielding, he's got a tendency to jump out of that shield, and Jjeams is definitely caught onto that, and he's able to capitalize off that with that downer that we saw, kind of getting a read of Lunge's defensive play there, and there it is again, right? We're seeing always it's that jump out of shield.
Did that Nair just cancel the charge shot?
It did. It's tragic. It's tragic.
That stupid foot.
that I think was a good use of the forward air there, getting over that boomerang. Tries to punish with that dash attack, and unfortunately going to get caught by the up B.
Yeah, just the very tip of that up B finishing out, and this is starting to look not so good for Lunges. And what a good confirm, a string combo there from Jjeams to finish it off. Catches him with the tilt at the edge of the stage and going to two-stock him here this time. Man, I think that he did end up two-stocking him in game number 2. Although credit to Jjeams, that one didn't feel like